Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the American Sports Connection. I'm your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my buddy Ryan Ennis. Ryan, how you doing this evening?
Doing pretty well, Mike. Joey, how are you?
I'm doing all right, man. This damn humidity is killing me. I thought we got rid of it for the summer.
Yeah, it won't go away.
I think they said a lot of it has to do with like the remnants of the hurricane that like came up this way.
Well, you hear about what may be happening next Wednesday?
Yes, I heard about this. Because I was watching the news earlier.
Yeah, I mean, but that storm's been doing some pretty wacky things. Like, if you look at how it's gone, it's done like a loop-de-loop down in the Caribbean.
Yeah, it's like it's on like acid or something.
Yeah, so I just hope we don't get hit. I mean, like, I doubt New York's going to get hit with it, but I can't say the same for Jersey. Like, where we are, like,
Yeah.
it's weird. Like, storms just can't form by where we are.
Yeah,
But you
there's
guys are a
only
little
been like
bit
a
different.
handful here and there. But I'm a good hour away from the coast, so I should be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that's like what they were forecasting. It's supposed to go like straight up the coast.
Yeah, I mean, or it could just go out to sea. So, I mean, all the
Yeah,
different
when I
models.
watched the news tonight before we started this, they said it was going to hit like Massachusetts or something, which I was like, wow, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, so
Because you like never ever see that happen.
no, I don't think a hurricane. I can't remember a hurricane ever hitting Boston.
No, not at all. All right.
Although I don't know if the one that hit New York also kind of tailed over there.
It's possible. I don't remember because that's been a little bit. But before we get started, I want to throw out our social media stuff. You can find everything else there, past shows, if you're not watching live, or on bplusplayerradio.com when they go up, usually on Saturdays, depending if Mark's super busy or not. You can find us on facebook.com/American Sports Connection, or on Twitter at AM Sports Con Pod POD. And a quick shout out to our sponsors over at the Squared Circle Magazine. You can find them on Twitter at TSC Wrestling Mag. If you check out their issue, you can use promo code ASCPOD and get 20% off your next order. Okay, now that I said all that.
There you go.
Let me take a sip from my Burger King cup after that. What did you think of Raw this past week?
I don't think it was a terrible episode. There was some really good high points. So, Strowman and Cena was great.
And like you
Cena
said
and Reigns
earlier,
promo.
that did not look like a fun bump.
No, man. I can't
Where
imagine.
Strowman basically did the British Bulldog power slam on the steps.
Yeah, man. I'm sitting there, and I'm kind of like, being a long-term wrestling fan, I was like, they're not going to do that. Holy shit, they did that. Because I was like, Cena will, wiggle out and something, but, bro, that looked rough.
I gotta tell you, yeah. Jason Jordan has showed me something the last 2 weeks when he's wrestled Cena and Reigns. I thought he's had good matches.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's better than just constantly putting him over or, I'm not against him losing because of who he keeps losing against. Basically, the two top guys in the company right now.
Oh, yeah.
So
I was surprised also that they had Strowman destroy Lesnar again.
Yeah. But that just could be I agree with you 100%. My only, my question is if they're doing that just to kind of make him look like a legitimate contender for Brock.
Right, and then they're going to pull Royal Rumble, what was it, 2015, where he just annihilates him.
See, I actually heard people talking about that. I don't know if that's like they may actually put a competitive match on.
I hope so.
I mean, I remember shitting all over the idea of him going against an Undertaker a couple years back.
Yeah.
And, like now I don't think I'd be as against it.
No, and you read rumors Undertaker didn't want to do it because he didn't think he was ready.
Oh, he definitely wasn't at that time though. He was definitely green as goose shit back then.
But I gotta give the guy credit because he's come such a long way in a short amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not going to disagree with that at all.
And what amazes me is for his size, he can go out and have like a competitive 15-20 minute match and still, like, when they say, okay, we'll sprint around the side of, or outside and clothesline somebody, he can do it. I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah, that dude got some, like, for a big guy, he can move.
Yeah, it's like super impressive. And like I told other people, they're like, oh, he's not really that big. And Lance saw him, and Lance is a big guy. Lance is, I think he told me, like 6'4", and he said he felt short when he saw him.
Oh, Strowman's a huge man. Whoever said otherwise does not know what they're talking about. Strowman's huge.
And he's in like much better shape than when he first debuted. Like he's really cut now.
Yeah, he actually just put something up on Instagram, and I was like, wow, that's pretty nifty.
I remember I watched an interview with him. I think it was like a quick one for like SummerSlam weekend. And I forget the exact question. I think it might have been like, what is like he eating or like his diet tips or something because he looked really good. And he's like, I'm trying to get a sponsorship from Chipotle because I spend like $200 a week there.
That's so funny.
It was just so random. I want your opinion on something from Raw. What did you think of the Bray Wyatt thing where he rubs off Goldust's paint?
I don't care about him anymore. I just don't know. I'm pretty sure the reason why they're still fighting after SummerSlam, which was supposed to be the end of it, is because Joe got hurt. I think Joe was supposed to feud with Balor.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, I just don't.
Because I heard
don't
people
get it with
like
Bray
complaining,
anymore.
oh, that's disrespectful that he wiped Goldust's paint off, and I started laughing. I was like, dude, it's not like we don't know who the fucking guy is.
Bro, you need to get out of them fucking Facebook groups. Look, I mean, I don't know. There was that one that I know leave because it was just like sweetheart of the day, and oh my god, like come on.
Or what was it?
Creeps. Object of the day.
Yeah, there we go.
The dude talking about like Triple H's sledgehammer and had a whole post on Triple H's sledgehammer. I was like, nah, I'm good.
I gotta tell you, dude, I think The Miz, and you'll probably agree with when I say this, he ate Enzo up on the mic.
Yeah, see, like, I was up and down for that, but what I saw, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, Miz is one of the top in the company right now on the mic, and it's, when he has the right stuff, I should say.
Yeah. And he just posted, I told you earlier, he had posted, he surpassed the number of days, I think it was the third all-time in days held of the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to let him eclipse Jericho, but if there is anybody who should, it should be him.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of went through a lull for a little bit until that whole stuff last year with Talking Smack with him and Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
And that's when I started telling people, like, you need to pay attention to him. Like, he may be irritating, but, like, it's why I keep saying he's the best heel in wrestling. Can you think of any other guy who's supposed to be a heel that doesn't get cheered?
Nope.
I mean, like, he's, like, because I've tried to
I mean, like,
rack
he
my
got
brain.
universally cheered when he's like, he did the one with Roman and Cena.
Yeah, because now I think people are beginning to appreciate him, but they still boo the shit out of him when they're supposed to.
Yeah, they're not, like, smarks.
Well, yeah, because it's like he's so good that people just don't want to cheer him.
Yeah, I agree with that. I gotta tell you, though, dude, I thought the main event was bleh.
That was...
The 8-man tag.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just... That's the problem with having so few tag teams, that they're just always going to be fighting each other. Because isn't that everybody on the rod, like all the tag teams were in that match?
I think you're right.
Except for, I think actually Rhino and Slater are on Raw.
Oh, no, they're a tag team, but that's very few and far between.
Yeah, when's the last time you seen them on TV?
Fuck, I couldn't tell you.
So, I mean, it's... I don't know. WWE has this thing where they overbook some people and they underbook others. It's why I think NXT is so much better. Just because, okay, the whole Kyle O'Reilly group, they're on 1 week, and then I think it was 2 weeks they weren't.
Yep.
Or like a week in between that they weren't. So it's not like every week they're shoved down your throat. And it gives you more chance to get more guys on TV. Like, you don't need to see Roman Reigns every week.
No, I agree with you. And the thing is, they have so much talent down there, they have to do that.
I'm beginning to think they have too much talent.
No, I agree with you, because they got those guys. Lio Rush, Dijak is coming. Hangman Page is rumored to be signing. I mean, they're just loaded with guys.
And it's like they already have their homegrown talents.
Yep.
They have, I mean, I fucking hate them, but Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss. Riddick Moss, I forgot who he... I was looking at him the other day. He reminds me of somebody. I think he reminds me of one of the Heavenly Bodies.
That's interesting.
But the old Heavenly Bodies, not the ones that are doing their thing now with WrestlePro, not Carino and I forget his.
He actually looks like an independent guy I know named Stephen Pena that lives in Brooklyn. That's who he looks like when I looked up his photo.
And apparently, like, if you talk to people, because I think Sabatelli played for the Dolphins.
And he played Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, but if you go, like, I was reading an article, and people consider him, like, the worst draft pick that they've ever had. Like, he was despised by the people of Tampa. Like, because I read a lot, and they were like, he's, like, the worst signing we ever had. He's absolute garbage.
That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, because Tampa's had some terrible draft picks, so for him to be the worst, that kind of says a lot.
Hell yeah, bro. All right, what did you think of SmackDown this week with their big Las Vegas special?
Well, one thing I want to say is I thought Cena murked Roman on the mic.
I completely forgot about that. Yes, that's true.
And there was some stuff that Roman said, like, I've had better matches in 2 years than you've had in your career.
Get the fuck out of here.
Can you name one? I mean, like, look, I haven't been a Cena liker for a long time because I just don't like the gimmick. I respect the man, but I haven't liked the gimmick.
Yep.
But the whole you can't wrestle in 5 moves to doom kind of thing, like, that's been out the window for 5 years minimum, at least.
Well,
I mean,
like,
look at his matches with AJ.
Yeah,
Royal Rumble match with AJ.
I've said this before numerous times on this show. The year he did the U.S. Open Challenge, yes, he should have been Wrestler of the Year that year. He had fantastic matches with everybody.
I agree. And people can't say, well, everybody he was in the ring with carried him. No, that's
because
just
he
simply
wrestled
not true.
AJ, he wrestled Owens, he wrestled Neville, he wrestled Sami Zayn. I mean, like, tons of guys.
Yeah, and he put on a good match with all of them. So, I mean, I just think that, like, WWE is trying so hard with Roman But it's I get it. Roman's gonna have to win one of these battles of words, but you can't be saying things that just simply aren't true.
Well, and I don't blame him. I blame the writers for scripting that for him to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's honestly not his fault. They should fucking know better to not say that. And shame on if Vince saw that. Yeah, let's go with that. So that's more of a setting him up to fail kind of thing.
I'm pretty sure that had Vince written all over it, though.
Yeah.
No, just tell them that. They'll believe it. No, Vince, we won't believe it. Sorry, old man.
This is the thing, and I've heard this from numerous people. If this was 1993-94 again, and Roman Reigns was Lex Luger like it was back in the day for us old heads, some of you might not remember, where like their success was basically on the guy who drew, Roman Reigns would have been long out of the main event by now.
Like Kevin Nash?
Yeah.
Because Kevin Nash was a terrible drawing champion as well.
Yep.
So, I mean, and then the whole thing that, like, oh, the butts are still in the seats, we can do this without you. Like, I don't know how true that honestly is.
That was another thing that Vince is full of shit with, because that had him written all over it. Attendance is up. Sales are great and all this other stuff. I don't know who told you that, dude. That's why you're cutting all these costs, to show your shareholders that you're going to have a bigger profit that you promised from last year.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know how many of the shareholders, like big shareholders, actually watched the show, but anybody who knows about the stocks was kind of like, yeah, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it's just not true. I mean, like, there's a lot of things that I guess that they could say, or that they can have them say, but I don't know if Cena's ad-libbing or what, because I definitely don't think that the drug thing was ad-libbed. I think Cena would have gotten in a lot of trouble had he said that without it being approved.
I think that was purposely put in there.
But yeah, I mean, it's
it's just weird to me, because it's almost like cutting Roman like at the feet, where it's just like, yeah, Cena's better than you, we know it, goodbye.
But I'm 99.9% sure Roman's going over, because Cena is starring in the
Transformers movie.
Yeah, the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah.
So
that'll piss some people off.
It's gonna piss off a lot of people. It's just, I don't know what they would try. I mean, like, they're trying to use Cena to build up Roman, and I just don't think it's the time. Like,
it's not working, because what I was gonna say is you can see Cena like trying to push Roman to like come on, like do something or say something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and even if you have the best written promo in history, if you can't deliver it well, that's a problem. I mean,
the only time that he actually delivered it one with conviction was when Cena pissed him off.
Yeah, but I mean, like, but all he did was call him a bitch.
I know, yeah, he's got a curse to.
But it's like, you're a bitch. No, you're a bitch. You know, I mean, it's like, are we on second grade?
No, I hear you, dude. I'm just saying, that's like the only time you actually heard conviction in what he was saying.
Yeah, one was on to shut up. But that's why I think that what was said beforehand was ad-libbed.
Yeah, because his whole demeanor and voice changed after that.
Yeah. And that had to be a shoot, because Roman kind of bumped, he forgot his lines, and then Cena really just put it on him. And like, I'm pretty sure he was kind of embarrassed by that.
Oh, hell yeah. But he's right. You want to be the top dog, then you got to learn how to do it.
Yeah. Fully.
All right. Yeah, that's SmackDown. Some good shit. What did you think of SmackDown's big show this week in Las Vegas?
I thought SmackDown was actually pretty good this week. I mean, I was hyped the whole time for the return of Vince, because when Vince comes back, something big always happens. Like, Vince doesn't come back for no reason.
Right.
But here's something. It's going around that a lot of what he said during his promo, Vince, about how many
Yeah.
court cases I've been in, and with him talking about like B for billionaire and you're B for broke, that was directed at Punk.
Ooh.
Go back and listen because now they're in court. Like now it's actually in
That
court.
totally
Go back
makes sense.
if you go because I heard that this week and I went back and I rewatched Vince's promo with the knowledge that it may have had to do with Punk, and it just that's exactly what he wants to say to Punk. Because they're trying to draw this out as long as possible.
They're trying to bury him in paperwork, basically.
If not him, then Colt Cabana. Because remember, Colt Cabana is attached to that lawsuit too.
Yep.
Cabana came out and said, well, Punk made $250,000 to fight for 2 minutes. He's good for money, but Colt isn't in that same position.
No knock on Colt Cabana, but he's working independent shows.
Yeah. I'm sure he's doing very well for an independent wrestler, but,
But he's not making millions of dollars.
Yeah, I think there's something now that, like, Punk is supposed to owe, like, what he thought was going to be, like, 40 grand, and now it's, like, 120 grand. Like, I forget what it is.
Yeah, it was supposed to be where, like, they were going to split, like, the lawyer fees.
I don't know if it's just lawyer fees. I think it has to do something with medical billing.
Maybe.
Yeah, because the thing I was listening to wasn't too clear on that. But as far as what happened with Vince is a crazy old man. Vince is 72 years old, I believe.
Well, I tried to rewatch it when they're shaking hands and him and Owens and Vince are talking. And it almost, I can't say for certain that he said this, but it looks like he said, "Kick my ass."
Oh, I'm sure. He headbutted him hard way. Do you know how much force it takes to bust somebody's forehead open with your own forehead?
Yes. A lot.
A lot. Like, I would be surprised if he doesn't have at least a little bit of a concussion. Some people were saying maybe it was a blood capsule. I don't think it was a blood capsule. Like, if you go back and look, like, it looked like his skin was split.
Yeah.
It could also be that he's 72 years old, and, like, the skin isn't as fluid as ours would be.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit more brittle, but still, he took, like, that kick to the ribs. Like, he took a fucking ass kicking.
Dude, and the super kick looked, like, fantastic.
Yeah. But that's Vince, though. Vince is sadistic.
Right, no, but I just mean, like, it had a nice, like, little snap to it, and that, like, just little things like that.
I definitely enjoyed
Crazy Old Man
segment.
Vince.
Yeah, I love Crazy Old Man Vince.
So now it's leading up to Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens in a Hell in the Cell at the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view.
But like I mentioned off air, I just think it was the wrong time to do it because everybody knew Triple H was there, and why would Triple H let that happen to his father-in-law?
Exactly.
So I just think it was shitty timing. Like, any other week, it would have been fine because they could just say Triple H isn't there.
No, I agree.
Other than that, I think it was done well. I just think that's like, well, where's Triple H? Like, he's backstage for the women's tournament. Does he just not know that this is going on? Is he not watching a monitor?
Yeah.
But,
Lance,
especially since Stephanie came
says, do you think Vince bladed? A lot of people have been saying that.
There was no time for him to blade. He went down, his hands were to his side. As soon as they zoomed in on his face, he was bleeding. His hand didn't go anywhere near his forehead.
That's a very good point. Crazy Old Vince, the character, is fun. Crazy Old Vince, the promoter, different story.
Yeah, he just, that kind of stuff he knows will work. But,
I gotta say, for a guy who's never actually been trained, he knows what to do.
I'm pretty sure here and there he's gotten training from people. With all the matches he's had, think of all the people he's wrestled in his life.
That's very true.
Do you really need to be trained, like, formally trained, if you're in the ring with some of the people he's been in the ring with?
No, you just have to know enough to get by.
But, in general,
I agree with you, Lance. He's saying the exact same thing I told you earlier, Rye. Setting up Triple H and Owens at Mania, he's predicting.
It's possible. Sorry, I'm being a fat ass and eating a hot dog.
Nah, it's all right. You can eat and eat and eat and not gain a pound, and I eat a little bit and gain 10.
And I have a whole can of chili here too.
I hate you. What I was gonna bring up, because we both enjoy your boy Hinder the Gender, but that was the worst fucking segment I've ever seen.
See, here's where I'm going to disagree with you. I was so